Hi again. So here we are on our mat. Hi Rachel. Like we said in the other videos, we're going to break down a few poses for you. So we're going to start with mountain pose. Mountain pose is a standing posture, obviously. A lot of people kind of overlook it. They think, come to the top of your mat, you stand, and that's where you just start. It's a great way to look at it, but it's also, at the end of the day, an actual pose. It's an actual asana. So mountain pose. So we're going to break it down for you to make it a bit more appealing for you. And all the standing postures, and honestly, most of the postures come from this standing pose. So if you break it down, like as we're going to show you, you can utilize everything you're going to learn now and bring it into your other poses. So I'm going to walk to Rachel. So Rachel is in mountain pose now. Pretend she's at the top of her mat. So we're going to bring the feet a bit closer together to bring them underneath your hips. So when we talk about hips, we're not talking about these hips. We're talking about hip points, which are here, the little pointy parts of your bones. And then you bring them down straight to the knees, straight to the middle of your ankles. Always have a quick look at your feet. Make sure they're not turned out or turned in, that your toes are pointing straight forward. Now you can lift them up and fan out the toes, and this will activate the bottom of your feet and activate the inner arches of your feet. Press down through the big toe mounds and little baby toe mounds and really anchor down through the heel. And one image that I really like is like a zipper of the midline. So from the inner ankle all the way up, activate that inner leg to really zip up. What does that create, Rachel?
Yeah. This is take 2 of this video, everyone, because my phone messed up. So what I said when we did it the first take is what happens when you use any muscles that adduct, that bring the limbs, whether your arms or your legs, to center line, is it activates your core. It instantly switches on your transverse abdominis. So basically, you're utilizing your core by doing Stef's action of drawing to center line. So my feet aren't moving, it's just that my feet are trying to go in, and then I'm getting that activation.
Correct. It's amazing. And that's when you know you've activated from the feet, so you always want to start from the ground up. So start with the feet, get the ankles involved, the rest of your legs, and when the legs really hug in, your abs are going to activate and make you feel really nice and tall. Feel the belly, almost like a lift that wants to go up, drawing the belly in towards the spine, feeling the tailbone drop. So we don't want to be arching or rounding the spine, or we also don't want to have a posterior lift where you're in a weird back bend. So feel the lift of the belly and feel the drop of the tailbone to have a nice flat lengthening spine, and keep your core engaged, drawing in towards that midline and in towards the spine. So you want to feel a nice lift and stand tall. So the collarbone should be wide and nice and lifted, sternum also, without lifting the shoulders. Turn the palms facing forward to bring the shoulder head back. So that outer rotation of the thumbs here will help bring everything down. Take a second to feel the shoulder blades kind of slide down a little bit more together. One of the visuals I like when we connect with breath, even in this static pose, is you can inhale, start from the bottom of the feet, feel the breath sweep up the front body and bring it up as you inhale over the crown of the head. And as you exhale, feel the neck lengthen, everything slide down, shoulder blades, tailbone, sit bones reach down and anchor back down through the heels. You can always stay with your eyes open or choose to close your eyes in this pose to really get that feeling of feeling grounded and super tall and strong. What do you think of this pose, Rachel?
Yeah, I love it, and thanks, that was perfect. And then the only thing that I add on is just the crown of the head. Yeah, so it's like a puppet, you're a puppet on a string, and then I just get people to just then elevate through the exact, so it's not a military style lifting through the forehead, but just a very center of your head, then lifting tall. So that's the kind of introducing some Pilates into yoga, where that lengthening of the spine is another way to actively activate your core. So I just go, that's perfect stuff, I loved it, feel amazing, boom.
Super stacked, super strong.
Super stacked.
So when you're standing, when you're going through your flow today on your mat or tomorrow or any day, take a few breaths at the top of your mat. Feel mountain pose. Don't just go to the top of your mat and then rush through your other asanas. This pose is super important, and you're going to like it if you stay a few breaths to actually feel it. So that is pose number 1 for you guys today, mountain pose. And we're gonna go and bring you guys the other videos in 2 more days. So stay tuned.
Cool. Thanks, Steph.
Happy day 6!